Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Anfield Eye. This is my match preview for the Premier League match, Southampton versus Liverpool. It's everything you need to know about Liverpool's trip to Southampton, team selections, Arne Slot's interview, press conference on Friday, and an update on injuries, and we will get straight into it. So here we look at the LFC website, coming straight from the horse's mouth. We can see from this site that Virgil van Dijk is available, and he is basically available to captain. And Harvey Elliott is nearing his return this weekend against Southampton, who will be forced into two changes at the back. So Virgil van Dijk was not involved for the Netherlands when they faced Bosnia in the UEFA Nations League on Tuesday night, but now back on club duty, he trained with the squad on Friday, and Arne Slot confirmed his skipper is ready for selection at St Mary's, saying Virgil is completely okay. Elliot can also come into contention, having returned to full training after recovering from a foot injury that has sidelined him since early September. Harvey is training with us, so that's the positive thing. He has been out for many weeks, but he is on the training ground again with the team. So that's a positive thing for him, said the head coach on Friday. But that is different than being on top of your game immediately again. So we have to give him time for this as well. But I am very fortunate that he is back, especially with the amount of games coming up in the upcoming 2, 3, or 4 months. So good news, Harvey Elliott is back. I must say, Harvey Elliott does bring a certain level of dynamism and creativity into our midfield. Curtis Jones is also a player who has come up the ranks, and for me is a player in form. So I would definitely consider Curtis Jones as a first selection, and Harvey Elliott to slowly bring him back into the team. Alison Becker ruled out of the trip to the South Coast, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, Chiesa, and Diogo Jota are still working through their recovery programs. Allison is back in training with the goalkeeper coach. He is not training with the team yet, but that is expected to be done soon, and then let's wait and see where he is in terms of match fitness, said Slot during his pre-match press conference. He's getting better and better, but not ready to play on Sunday. Trent isn't training with us yet, but he is getting there, so we expect him to be back with us soon. Jota is still apart from the group. Same as Federico, who is coming back into the session, maybe in one exercise today. They are all expected to be back within now and a few weeks, but the last part of the recovery is always the most difficult one. So let's wait and see. For me, the most important players out of those three for me is having Trent back into the team as soon as possible. He is a regular first teamer, and the chances that he can create and the balls that he can ping across the pitch, we miss those type of passes. And Diogo Jota, for me, who started the season really well, he did get injured after the Chelsea match, and for me, he goes straight into our front three. So we are missing Diogo Jota. I would really like Diogo Jota and Trent to be back into our first team as soon as possible. So the host will be without centre back Jed Bednarek and goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. And this is Southampton's team news. And the former having sustained a knee injury on international duty, and the latter undergone a finger operation. They will both be out for this weekend, Southampton manager Russell Martin told the media on Thursday. Aaron Ramsdale, for me, stands out as a key player missing for Southampton. I did rate his time at Arsenal. I don't know why the Arsenal fans weren't quite convinced with him as a goalkeeper, but I think Southampton acquired a top goalkeeper in Aaron Ramsdale, and his miss today will be quite crucial. It's a huge blow. They have been our two best players all season. In the last couple of weeks, Jan and Aaron, there is big onus on them to start the way we play in the build-up and stuff. So, of course, it's going to affect the team and how it looks. But other people have to step in and take their place and take an opportunity now. I've been really happy with those guys, and now they are going to be out of the team for a little while. It's up to people to stake their claim. On other updates regarding his squad's fitness, Martin added, I think Ryan Fraser is back now, and Kamaldeen is back properly now. I think everyone else is pretty much the same. Ross Stewart and Will Smallbone were sidelined with the injury before the international break, with Gavin Bazunu is a long time absentee. So let's take a look at the comparisons in terms of Premier League statistics between Southampton and Liverpool. In terms of attack, Liverpool, I would expect to see Liverpool's stats to be better than Southampton based on their league positions this year. But games played, both 11 goals scored is um, Southampton 7 to Liverpool's 21. Shots on target 34 to Liverpool 66. Shooting accuracy 46%. 56.9 for Liverpool. Conversion rate 9.5% for Southampton. 18.1% for Liverpool. And the assists is a crazy figure. 5 assists for Southampton and 17 assists for Liverpool. And that is just in attack. If we look at defence, again, goals conceded 21 for Southampton, 6 for Liverpool. Clean sheets 1 for Southampton, 6 for Liverpool. And shots faced 65 for Southampton, 36 for Liverpool. Tackles 111 for Southampton, 123 for Liverpool. Tackles success rate 60.7% for Southampton and 66% for Liverpool. And then duels 500 for Southampton, 531 for Liverpool. And then dual success rate 48.6% for Southampton and 51.6% as well. So I don't. Successful passes. You've got, Southampton actually, out successful pass Liverpool. 5285 for Southampton, 5089 for Liverpool. They also better Liverpool in passing accuracy and successful crosses. Southampton 17 to Liverpool's 23. And then crossing accuracy, Liverpool have an improved percentage of 24.5. Successful dribbles, Liverpool have 89, and success rate is Liverpool have 53.6%. So again, probably I would say, better distribution from Liverpool. And in terms of discipline, we can see that Liverpool have 119 fouls, they've conceded 130. They have had 21 yellow cards this season and no reds. So all in all, I would say those stats go in the favour of Liverpool, and I would expect a Liverpool victory. It's going to be a hard-fought victory, but a victory nonetheless. Alex McCarthy, who was in goal for Saints' opening 2 Premier League fixtures this season, will replace Ramsdale between the posts. I'm not really quite sure about the ability of Alex McCarthy. The last match that they played in the Premier League, Wolverhampton Wanderers beat Southampton 2-0, and Liverpool beat Aston Villa 2-0. So hopefully, even though we've had an international break, I really do hope that that international break does not disrupt Liverpool's progress in the Premier League. Let's take a look at Sky Sports, see what they have to say. Hopefully, Sky Sports will provide us with some additional insight, predict the score. We'll come back to that after. But here we can see that the press conference from Arneslot, we can see that the updates from Arneslot were that Liverpool's Alisson Becker, Jota and Trent all remain out, but Virgil van Dijk and Javier are back in training, with Netherlands centre-back past fit despite returning from international duty early. Alexander-Arnold could return in time for Wednesday's match against Madrid. That's really good to know. But Slot said he does not expect either Alisson or Jota to be in contention for the Champions League match. The only thing I can say is that with Alisson and Jota, I don't expect them to be available for that game. With Trent, it's going to be in between. So Liverpool's Arne Slot not distracted by incredible fixtures. Liverpool's manager Arne Slot has insisted he will not get distracted by upcoming fixtures against Real Madrid and Manchester City. Manchester City, who lost 4-0 to Tottenham yesterday, I think it's fair to say that Manchester City are going through a bit of a slump, and they may not favour that trip to Anfield next week. If Liverpool players perform well this weekend at Southampton, and they all come away with that match with a victory and no injuries, I think Liverpool will go into that match quite confident for taking the 3 points. But big fixtures are looming in the Premier League for the Premier League leaders in the next 10 days, with Madrid due to arrive at Anfield on November the 27th before City visit next weekend. But Slot said this would have no effect on his team selection for the game away to the Saints, who sit at the bottom of the league with only 4 points from 11 games. Good, because what we need from Arne Slot is never to take any game lightly in the Premier League. We need, just as Jurgen Klopp never did, we need Arne Slot as our manager, as our coach, to take every game seriously and to always put out a full squad. Because as we learned from the defeat to Nottingham Forest, you may have victories against the top six, but if you lose and drop points against the rest of the Premier League, you really don't end up with winning the Premier League. Slot said that would have no effect on his team selection for the game away to the Saints. We indeed have incredible fixtures coming up, starting with Southampton. There is always by far the most important game. If we want to enjoy the other games, the best thing you can do is always go in with a win. It has no effect at all on team selection. What does have an effect is the playing style of Southampton, the players coming back from South America, and the injuries we have. Those the only things. I'm not sure. I'm sure that McAllister played for Argentina. I'm sure Luis Diaz played for Colombia. I didn't make that much focus on the international break, but yes, the South American players coming back always need a little bit of time to bed in, and also Darwin Núñez as well. So they may not start in our starting 11. They may come on in the second half. Let's see. With Southampton, I'm just going to read the headline. Southampton lose Ramsdale and Bednarek for a number of weeks. And that is pretty much the update from Sky. And then let's move on to the BBC website. Okay, so let's just go to the highlights from Arne Slot's press conference on Friday. Liverpool boss Arne Slot has been speaking to the media before Sunday's Premier League game against Southampton, kick-off at 2 p.m. Here are the key lines from his new conference. Captain Virgil van Dijk is available despite returning early from international duty. Harvey Elliott has returned to group training, but Sunday's game is too soon for Alisson, Jota and Trent, and also Federico Chiesa. On those injuries, all of them are expected to be back between now and in the next few weeks, but the last few days of recovery are always the most tricky. Slot does not expect Alisson or Jota to be recovered in time to play Real Madrid next Wednesday, but Trent has a better chance. In terms of a point to make about the Alisson injury, we have in Cameron Kelleher, we have an absolutely amazing number two, who in most Premier League teams right now would be their number one. So I don't really have that much of a problem having with Alisson's injury, because we pretty much have the best number two goalkeeper in the Premier League, if not in Europe. So I'm pretty much okay with Alisson taking his time to come back with from a full recovery. In terms of the right back position, I'm not sure who will take that role. Will it be Connor Bradley, or could it be Joe Gomez? We don't quite know yet, but we will see when the team is announced shortly before kickoff at 2 o'clock. Arne Slot continues. It will be a strange if I am not enjoying the position we are in now, but it has also been 11 games. We all know other teams are capable of having the same runs as us. We like where we are. If we want to stay there, we have to keep winning games. On Konate, who incidentally is a monster in defence and has is having an absolutely amazing season, having the best spell of his career. It's always about the player and how much effort they put in to get fit and stay fit. He bought into that. Every time we had a meeting with him, he was the one who I could see wanted to learn and wanted to listen to improve. Don't be surprised if Ibrahim Konate is ranked as probably the best centre back in the next few years. Virgil van Dijk has achieved what Virgil van Dijk, wanted to achieve. He's won Champions Leagues, he's won Premier Leagues, and he's won European Super Cups, and he's won everything basically that you need to win. And Konate is now hopefully going to take on that mantle and be with us for many, many years to come. Expect to hear rumours starting about Konate being linked to Real Madrid and Barcelona in the next few years. But he loves Liverpool. He loves Liverpool and he loves playing for Liverpool. So I expect him to reject any links to any other club. Arne Slot said he will speak to the players and various staff to determine which of the international players will be given game time, but it is more difficult for those who have been in South America because of possible jet lag. That is particularly Luis Diaz, McAllister, Nunes. Hopefully, they are not completely jet lagged and can play a role in the team, even if it's like 20 minutes or 30 minutes in the second half. On performances usually being affected after international breaks, I am not so worried about the first game after the break. My worry is always the game plan of our opponents. It can have a bit of influence, but the most influence is our game plan and our intensity compared to who we are playing. He said Southampton are bottom of the league, but they don't play at all like this and will be another challenge for his team. So, are we expecting Liverpool to keep a clean sheet? Let's think now. I think Southampton at home may be possibly a different kettle of fish. I think Southampton will be, a little bit more difficult to beat than people are expecting. And for that reason, I would probably say Southampton may nick a goal. If they get a goal in the first half, then Liverpool have a match on their hands and will need to play a perfect game. And we've done that a number of times this season. We've come back from behind, or this could be a consolation goal for Southampton, who scored in the last 20 minutes. But I expect Liverpool with their attack to win this match quite comfortably. I'm expecting Mo Salah, who has an amazing record against Southampton, to get on the score sheet, and then I'm expecting possibly a goal from midfield. Let's see. Let's see what the score will be. Anyway, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked this video. It is a match preview. I will come back after the match with a match reaction, and we will go through the player ratings and Arne Slot's post-match interview. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.